Hi, welcome to the Faith and Wellness Sister. Hello. I'm so glad that you clicked on this video. This week, I thought I would share with you my favorite full body workout. So, this workout is basically a mashup of some of my favorite exercises. It comprises of lower body, some abs and core, some arms as well. Absolutely love it. It is only 30 minutes long, but it is super effective, and it is definitely one of my go-tos when I've only got 30 minutes and I still want to try and squeeze in a little bit of a workout. Today's workout, I am doing barefoot because I love a barefoot workout. It is actually my favorite way to work out, just because I feel like I am more connected to what I'm doing and more in tune, and I can feel things better, and I just absolutely love it. So I started off with some elevated squats with my weights. I did use my 7 kilogram set there. And then I moved on to a body weight elevated squat. I love a squat. As you guys might know, it's generally included in most of my workouts, whether it's full body or lower body. And I really only do full body or lower body. I don't focus on any other muscle group in isolation in my weekly workouts. This particular week, I did do 6 days of workouts. I worked out from Monday to Saturday, which was quite a lot, but I felt like I had the energy to, and I really just wanted to move my body in this way. I actually I had hoped I'd be able to squeeze in a run instead of this full body workout when I did do it, but it just ended up making more sense for me to do a quick 30-minute full body workout than to go out for a run. So here I have done an elevated squat with my weights, and then I did an elevated squat that was body weight, and then now I'm back to an elevated squat with weights. Here you can definitely change it up more. So it's three variations of a very similar exercise. So the last one I could have done, half reps instead of a full squat, but I just went with a full squat because it felt easier for me. And then I have moved on to a bent over row. Um, Definitely, I find bent over rows quite challenging, but they feel so good, and my arms definitely feel the tension and the stretch, which is ultimately what we want to get out of them. I am still working on my form on the bent over row, but I love it nonetheless, and I get better with it every time that I do it. It is definitely one of my favorites just because of how my arms feel once I have done it. But whilst still doing it, it is quite challenging. I'm not going to lie. I am doing 40 seconds of work with a 20-second rest. I am taking longer rests if I need to. So this is in theory a 30-minute workout, but it does take me a little bit longer just because I do take longer breaks when I need to. So what I love about this workout is it hits most of the major muscle groups, and it is quick and it is effective. That's really what it's about. If you've got a little bit of time, you want to get something in. Sometimes when I don't feel like doing a workout, I think to myself, I'm probably going to use the next 20 minutes doing something that my future self is not going to be able to thank you for, that I'm not even going to remember what I did, once this day is through. I would rather spend it doing a workout because my body is going to benefit from that, right? So I did the bent over row to start with, and then I did the landmine row, and then I'm moving on to a different variation of a row again. So it's three workouts that target the same muscle group, um, but just with slight variations. So that's basically what it is. I absolutely loved this, and I really enjoyed it. And it's one that I've kind of just put together using some exercises that I do often that I really enjoy. So that's what's made up this workout. And like I said, what I love about it is that I get to do lower body, I get to do upper body, and then I've included a little bit of core as well. Yeah, like I said, my arms definitely feel that. And then now I'm moving on to legs, and I am just doing starting off with RDLs here. And I am using my so this is in essence about a 22 kilogram weight. So I'm just using a single weight, and I feel it the most in my hamstrings and my glutes. Yeah, so really love it as well, really enjoy it. And I really just wanted to mention that um, I love working out barefoot. And I think it's just being able to feel everything. I feel like I react faster. I feel like I have better balance somehow as well. It could just all be in my head, but I really, really do enjoy it. I don't like my feet, which is why I haven't recorded anything barefoot before. But, this on this particular day, I was just like, this is my workout. I'm going to enjoy it. I want to share it with, people that also enjoy working out and need a little bit of motivation. And I hope that it achieves that. And then here I'm just doing a glute bridge. Is this a glute bridge? Yeah, it is. And I'm just doing, oh, sorry, it's actually a hamstring hold. So, yeah, so I basically got my heels on the ground and my bums lifted off, and I just basically tried to hold it for as long as I could. It was less than 40 seconds, but if you can hold it for 40, then great. So I'm taking my 20-second rest here, and I'm going to move back into my RDL. And so there we go. Yeah. And the trick with your RDL is you don't want to round your back. Number one, I've also made that mistake and struggled with terrible back pain for a long time. And yeah, and you just want to go as low as you can without rounding your back. That's basically it. And it really does get the job done. You're supposed to feel the stretch in your hamstrings and your glutes, and that is ultimately where it's supposed to be doing its finest work. And literally just counted down the seconds there because that was insane. I don't know how you guys are feeling at this time of year. The year is drawing to a close. For me, at this time of year, I'm generally thinking about whatever I achieved this year. I start to kind of do a lot of reflecting and a lot of introspecting. I don't usually leave it for New Year's Eve. For me, it generally starts now. But a big thing that's been at the forefront of my mind is I want to try and finish this year off strong. It was a really challenging year for me, for my family, for a number of reasons. But I want to finish off strong where I can, And one of the things that I can do is stick to my workout routine. It's stick to my um, morning routine of time with God, of worship, of getting my workouts in. That's how I can try and finish the year off strong. And I am going to be recording a faith chat for this coming weekend. I just don't know when I'm going to do it. I do want to try and do it on Saturday, but this week's been really busy at work, so I might I might only end up doing it on Sunday and then uploading on Monday. But a lot is on my heart when it comes to just routine and habits, and getting back to a place where my relationship with God is priority, but also where it's not just out of habit, but rather out of truly seeking intimacy with Christ. So that's what's been on my heart, but we'll chat about that in the chat. And then here I moved on to a little bit of abs and core. So this is just a good old sit up or crunch. I'm not really sure what it's called. I think it's called a weighted sit up. I could be wrong. But so that's what I just did there, and it felt really good. And then I am doing just a different variation. Like I said, so it's this workout is basically three variations of an exercise that targets the same muscle group um, or muscles within the same area. So that's what I've got here, and felt really good. You can obviously go lower if you can. You can, go from a little bit higher up. Like ultimately, whatever workout, whoever's workout you're watching or doing, whether you put together your own workout, you need to do um, what's going to be the most effective for you. So what you're going to do with the best form, and where you're going to feel the best stretch and get the best bang for your time, basically. And then here I have moved on to a 1 foot elevated rear lunge. And yep, this definitely targets the glutes and the quads for me. And off I go. I generally start off with my left leg and move on to my right. I like to start off with the weaker side of my body, and my left is definitely the weaker side. And yeah, so, but for some reason, I feel like I actually did the same leg twice here, but it really doesn't matter. And then I did moved on to my other leg, and yeah, I would love to hear how you guys are feeling at this time of year. Are you feeling a little bit of end of year fatigue? Definitely gets me. I actually had um a vitamin B shot a few weeks ago because I just felt so depleted. But yeah, I'm feeling strong again, feeling good, trying to get, meals that are going to help sustain me, trying to still stay connected, to God, and making time for intimacy with Christ, going to church, all of the things that um, rejuvenate and make me feel energized. And my relationship with God is definitely one of those things. My daughter's writing exams. She's almost out of school. My son's wrapping up his first year of school. So there's been a lot going on. It's been such a busy year, but so much blessing. God has been so good. He has been so faithful, and I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, and then I moved on to a static lunge, no weights, so it's a body weight static lunge, and that is pretty good. It is one of my favorites, just in terms of how I can feel my legs working, but it is not a favorite because it is extremely challenging, and I find it very, very tiring. And I went into a prayer pose there just because I was like, Lord, please help me get through it. But it is so good. And just like side notes, for elevation, when it comes to like an elevated lunge, you can use a brick, you can use a yoga block, you can use whatever you've got. You can use your plate from your barbell, but I use this little box that my kids use for stationery. It was actually a box that had olive oil in it, I think, and then my kids started using it for stationery, and then now I use it for my lunches. And yeah, it's pretty good. It does the job. The only thing is I have to make sure that I put it on the mat, because if I put it directly on the tiles, it's quite slippery. It's wooden though. So yeah, and then I just finish up my static lunge there, and then move on to the next variation for lower body. And just a little bit of a break there. And then I am doing back there, okay, with the reverse lunge. It's not elevated. So I love this. I love this exercise, and I feel like these are for me the staples. This is what I started off doing when I started with weights. I would do lunges because I kind of understood the concept of a lunge and kind of knew how to do it. I mean, I think my form has gotten better over time, but these were definitely my go-to. I used to do lunges with one weight over my head. I used to do them body weight, and then I started doing them elevated, and I started doing static, and so it goes. And I love how versatile a lunge is. So there I am, and just moving on to the other side, and off I go. Yeah, like so, like I was saying, this workout is basically one that um, I've just put together a whole lot of exercises that I enjoy, that I find challenging, that make me feel like I'm getting the most out of 30 minutes. They don't always look the same. So I'll do something like this when I'm pressed for time. So if I woke up a few minutes later, or I spent more time in my quiet time, or spent more time praying, or I procrastinated and was on my phone for a while, or responded to a message and it took longer than I anticipated, then I might do this one just because it's quicker. And yeah, and then now I move on to the next one, um, which is just a chest press. And there we go. Off I go. Just there I go. Really good for my arms. They're getting as much bang for my arms as I can. I just want to check something quickly. Yeah, so that's what's happening there, and I obviously do every exercise is for 40 seconds, and I give myself that 20-second rest, which can be longer. I do find anything upper body really, 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 really tiring, to be honest. I think I don't have the strongest upper body. I think it's not how it used to be, but it's certainly not where it can be. I can get stronger in that area. So, and it doesn't help that I've avoided upper body workouts and chest and arms for a long time. I think any muscle that I have is, thank God for the fact that I did water polo for years in school and swimming. So I've still got a little bit of muscle there to build from. And then, yeah, I just moved on to the next exercise, and yeah, just getting my arms in there, which is, I actually removed the 1.25 weights off these now because that was just too much for me. So this is probably about 6 kilograms now. But it definitely makes a big difference for my arms. And then and then I move on to the last arm workout, alternating my arms because they just feel so tired. I don't always do alternating. So I just did that because I just felt like one arm could use a break. I could use a short break. And that's what I did. And for me, honestly, rather than not, it's like, I always think of exercise like this. It's like if I'm having one of those days where I haven't started off the healthiest in the morning, or wait, let me put it this way. Start off my day and it's great and I have a healthy breakfast, and then at lunchtime I feel like a burger. I don't have to now for dinner also have a burger or have pizza or have something that's not going to be nutritionally dense just because I had something that was out of my normal eating ways for lunch. I can just go, I can just go back to eating healthily. And I feel like with exercise, sometimes we're so scared to start because it's not going to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just start. As long as you make sure that you're challenging yourself, you're stretching yourself, just start and you'll get better as you go. And it doesn't have to look the same every day. But the whole point is just getting started. And then I did my Bulgarian lunges, which I have a love-hate relationship with. And yeah, I was getting my a good stretch in there. It is Bulgarian lunges just don't get easier. That's one thing about them. And then I did the same side, but body weight, which is obviously a little bit less challenging, and I feel like I can manage it a little bit better. So there we go. I do find holding my hips just makes it a little bit easier, especially when I'm getting tired. This is towards the end of the workout, so I am definitely getting a little bit tired, understandably so, because as much as this is a short workout, it's certainly not easy. Yeah, and then, yep, I just continue. This is all on one side, and then I am done. Okay, taking my little break. Um, and then I am going to do my, yep, same side. I am just going to do a hold basically. So Bulgarian hold for 10 seconds and then rise and hold for 10 seconds and rise. So there we go, and rise. And make sure you get the support you need. If you need to hold on to something, get something to hold on to, because the last thing you want is to lose your balance and end up hurting yourself. Then you can't work out for a limited amount of time. So there we go, 10 seconds, and then I am done. And then I'm now moving on to my other leg, and there we go. So this is just your normal Bulgarian lunge, um, lunging back and forth, up and down. And then the next one is going to be body weight, and then the next one is going to be hold and rise. Hold for 10 seconds, rise, hold for 10 seconds, and rise. Okay, I am doing my best to not lose my form, but it is quite exhausting. And yeah, and I think another thing that I've really learned in my time of weight training is the importance of mind to muscle connection. And it might not mean anything to you, and I'm not sure I fully understand it either, but I feel like when I focus on the muscle that I am working at any given time, I just feel like I have a much more effective workout session. So not sure what the science is behind that, but I find it quite interesting. There we go. And then just doing my normal body weight, and really feeling exhausted at this time. But again, I try, and I try not to stop in the middle of my workout unless my kids need me for something, or there's an emergency, and I'll generally try and finish it up later. So say I can't finish for whatever reason, I'll try and pick it up later. So if I'm working from home, I might try and finish work at exactly 5 o'clock so that I can finish my workout or take lunch or something like that, because I hate feeling like I haven't finished what I started. And then again, I'm doing the hold and rise on 10 seconds with my lunge. And there you go. Feel the stretch in my hamstrings there. In my quads on one leg, and my glutes as well. So there we go. I am almost done, and I'm done with the Bulgarian lunges. Okay, and then I'm just doing my shoulder taps here and what is this called again? Shoulder taps and I think it's called the ladder or something like that. But yeah, so you basically just tap your shoulders and you go up and you go down and it basically works your arms and your core. Yeah. And it is pretty intense. I find it quite tiring for an exercise that doesn't require weights. I find it quite tiring. And then I just took my break, did a little bit of a stretch there because my back was like I need it. And then I moved on to an ab um, core exercise. And this was one of my first exercises, except for I used to do it with just body weight, and I've always really enjoyed it. Found it quite effective in working my core muscles. Like I've said before, I don't really do abs, as an isolated muscle group on any of my workouts. I really only just do full body and lower body. I do think I must try and incorporate more back because I feel like I'm lacking there. But as it stands, that's what I do. And I would like to in the new year to incorporate maybe Pilates or something like that into my workouts. But I don't think it's necessary. I don't think that it's a must, but just to kind of get variation in. But it's something I might not do, but I have been thinking about it. My biggest thing is to get better strength in the upper body without getting big, bulky shoulders because I'm not really interested in that. But I would like to just get strength in my upper body. And then I just went back into that. That arm and ab core workout. Yeah. And yeah, like I said, this I find extremely challenging. It's not weighted, but it's quite exhausting. Okay, and then yeah, I think I'm moving on to my last set now. My last two sets, and they are unilateral. So I'm going to do one leg and then I'm going to do another. So starting off with just a good old staggered RDL, and then I'm going to move into a lunge and back leg stretch, and then I'm going to move on to half reps of the staggered RDL, and I'm going to do that for both sides of my body. And then I'll be pretty much finished with this workout. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope that you'll try some of these workouts. Let me know if you want me to put more details or put more information on the sets or anything like that. I would love to. But for now, it's just to share what I am doing and what I'm enjoying at any given time. I hope you have a blessed week ahead. And yeah, be blessed.